Okay, so that was a sound test, as Peter said. Oh no, he was not here just now. And I'm Chi Chung from HKU GenEd, General Education Unit. I'm so proud to be able to bring Mr. Peter Yarrow to come to our campus today. And this is part of a collaboration with the US Consulate. Give them a round of applause. Thank you to our friends, Adeline and also Laima and the team. And also it's also the 30th anniversary of the IAIE. IAIE stands for International Alliance for Invitational Education, which promotes anti-bullying and also global harmony. And this is insane with what Peter Yarrow has been promoting through his music and all his activist works. And as many of us know, Peter is the founder and also the leader of the trio, the folk legend, Peter, Paul, and Mary. Who doesn't know them? I don't think so, right? And with a lot of hits like Puff the Magic Dragon and also those hits he will be singing. So this will be your secret bonus today. Actually, this is a talk originally, but we said when Jenna talked to them, let's do it as a talk and music. And that's why today we have Peter's performance and also the talk. And this talk will be about music, community, respect, and appreciation, and it's also about the educational path to global harmony. Since the year 2000, and he has formed the project Operation Respect, and goes through around the world, and especially Hong Kong is also a favorite spot. That's why he has invited some of his Hong Kong music friends. Give them a round of applause, the Young Strings, yes, Yuan Yum. And they will join together to project anti-bullying, combating school violence, unfairness, injustice in the world. That's why an hour of love and peace back to the golden era of the 60s will be right here, right now. So let's please enjoy and welcome Mr. Peter Yarrow. Thank you, and enjoy the peaceful moments.
Thank you for that warm welcome. I'm sorry you missed the sound check. I want to sing a song that Peter, Paul, and Mary sang at the March on Washington. In 1963, when Martin Luther King delivered his famous I Have a Dream speech, there we were, 250,000 people. And we had gathered because there was a terrible injustice in my country. It started with slavery, but it continued into my own life, so that when I was a teenager, if I went to Washington, D.C., I would see signs in my nation's capital for colored only, over the bathrooms, the water fountains, and a great opera singer by the name of Marian Anderson began to buzz in the distance. And there she was, and now she stopped. And now, if you know how to sing, sing. If you don't, act like you're singing. Pretend, just follow my lips and go when I do, okay? Here we go. I'm going to do the first verse to get along. Well, if I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning, and I'd hammer in the evening, all over this land. Miles, are you listening? I'd hammer out danger, I'd hammer out a warning, Miles. I'd hammer out the love between my brothers and my sisters, all over this land. If I had a bell, I'd ring it in the morning, I'd ring it in the evening, all over this land. Wait, you are not singing. Only the old fogies down below know this song. If I had a bell, I'd ring it in the morning, I'd ring it in the evening, all over this land. I ring it out danger, I'd ring it out a brothers and my sisters all over this land. Oh, if I had a song, I'd sing it in the morning, sing it in the evening, all over this land. Singing out danger, singing out a warning, singing out love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. Oh, well, I got a hammer and I got a bell and I got a song to sing all over this land. It's the hammer of justice, it's the bell of freedom, a song about love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. Land, land, hammer of justice, it's the bell of freedom, love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. Oh, I've got a hammer, I still got a bell, I still got a song to sing all over this land. It's a hammer of justice, it's a bell of freedom, song about love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. Hammer of justice and of freedom, song about love between my brothers and my sisters all over this land. Thank you. Now I'm asking you, is there a microphone here for the audience? Somebody with a radio mic? Give it to somebody. Okay, you go to the person. I'm going to ask you, what does it mean when we say, I'd hammer out danger, I'd hammer out a warning? What is the danger and what is the warning? Anybody here have an idea? You've been singing this song, some of you for years and years. Did you ever think about what that danger is? What is that warning? Raise your hand if you have an idea.
I would say violence.
Violence, there's a danger of violence, exactly.
Yeah, injustice.
And injustice, exactly.
Yeah. Suppression and what have you.
Yes. What else? Anybody else?
Racism and sexism.
Say it louder, please, Miles.
Racism and sexism.
Racism and sexism. It takes the kids, right? Thank you, Miles. She knows. See, if we do not guard ourselves, we will not be on guard to make sure that we have our rights. It's constantly something. There was a law passed in the United States many years ago, a constitutional right, because there was a lawsuit that women have choice over their own bodies. Now there are many people in America that want to change that. If we don't guard that, we lose it. There are many other rights. African Americans, they gained the right to vote. They gained the right to not have to sit in the back of the bus or go into special bathrooms. But in our own country, there is racism once again in the criminal justice system. Many, many thousands, hundreds of thousands of black young people are put into the jail system. Why am I criticizing my own country? Because I have a right to. Does that make me unpatriotic? No. That makes me a patriot because I am on the side of our country doing the right thing. That's the only way it's going to be just and the only way I can be proud of it. Similarly, in all other countries of the world, we have to make sure that we are on the side of justice. That's why the song says, well, I've got a hammer, I've got a bell, I've got a song to sing. It's the hammer of justice. See what I mean? That's what I'm hammering out. It's the bell of freedom. And it's the song about the love between my brothers and my sisters. Now, the ability to ask questions and question whether or not we're doing the right thing, to me, is very much the measure of the independence and the heart connection of people to being a constructive part of their own society. That is something we have to make sure exists. Not just that we say, okay, tell me what to do, and I will do what you say. If we have that, we don't have a viable democracy. The song that Bob Dylan wrote was the second song that Peter, Paul, and Mary sang in Washington in 1963, and it's as important today as it was then. That song is called Blowing in the Wind. Now I am going to sing it with my brothers and sisters up here, the young strings. And I'm sometimes going to look at you and say, you sing, or you sing. Okay? Sing along with this. I'll give you the words, and this one is slow, so you can catch on as we go. Okay, Miles, I'm going to ask you an important question when this is over, as you're my guy, okay? You've already proved yourself for it. How many roads must a man walk down before they call him a man? Before they call him a man? How many seas must a white dove sail? How many seas must a white dove sail before she sleeps? Before she sleeps in the sand. How many times must the cannonballs fly? How many times must the cannonballs fly? Before they're forever bent, they're forever. How many times must the cannonballs fly? Sing with me. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Young strings sing. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Now just you sing, just you. The answer, my friend. All of us together. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many times, years, can a mountain exist before it is washed to the sea, a mountain of hatred? And how many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? How many times can a man turn his head? How many times can a man turn his head and pretend that he just doesn't see? Just you singing. Beautiful. long strings, sing it to us.
The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. How many times must a man look up before he can see the sky?
How many ears?
Many years must one man have
Before he can hear.
before he can see people cry?
How many deaths will it take?
How many days will it take till he knows that too many people had died?
Everybody.
The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.
Again.
The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the
Last time, here we go.
The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.
One more time.
The answer, my friend, is blowing.
It's in all of us.
The answer
It's in our hearts. One more time.
The answer, my friend,
Right across the ocean.
blowing in
It's in our hearts, my friends.
the answer is blowing in the
Microphone, please. Miles, give Miles the microphone very quickly. Faster, faster. Miles, why is it important? Stand up, please. Please, a little applause for my friend Miles. He gets it. Miles, why is it important to ask questions?
It's important to ask questions because no one knows all the answers.
That's very, very important, because if you presume that you know all the answers, then you're stuck. We don't know those answers. Particularly here, can somebody tell me how many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free? Somebody tell me. Anybody know the answer? The answer is, as you said, Miles, we do not know. But when we ask questions, it means that we are actively engaged in doing something, and it means that we're not afraid to ask questions. There was a period in our country not very long ago when people were afraid to ask questions. Why are we engaged in this war? Because if they even asked the question, they were labeled, I'm talking about the United States, as being unpatriotic. You see, America's a great country, but its greatest moments come when we ask those questions. And finally, the American public, in terms of the Vietnamese War and now the Iraq War, knows that those were wars that were unjust. But it's not enough to know that. Let me ask somebody else the question. Are you ready, my brother? What questions do you think are important to ask in our world now? What, not in this song, but in our world now? If you could make a new question for this song, what question would that be? We're probably going to have to ask somebody very young, because the older folks are stuck in their brains like me. new question would you ask? All right, I'm going to give you a suggestion. Okay, stop for a second. I need you to be, with me at least, brave enough to ask a question. How many of you are embarrassed to answer because maybe you'll be laughed at because it's the wrong question? Raise your hands, be honest. How many of you are afraid to answer a question because maybe you'll be laughed at because you'll be saying something silly or people won't think you know what you're talking about? Raise your hands, come on, be real. Thank you. Give this man the microphone. I've got an honest guy. No, this man, no, this man. Okay. Okay, what question should we ask about global warming?
I don't know. My question is not about global warming.
All right, what is it about?
Why do we need to...
Can you talk louder and right into the microphone, please? What's your name? What's your name?
Sam.
Sammy, good.
Why do we need to chase profit endlessly?
Why do we chase what?
Profit.
I'm not...
Commercial wealth, profit, money.
Okay, exactly. Okay, can you take that microphone away from him? Exactly. Let's do it. Keep that guitar up to the same level. Do not lower it, okay? How many years will money be the king before we know that that is not the answer? Who else has a question? We're going to write this song, a new verse.
Okay.
Here we go.
Hello, my name's Lucy. My question is
Lucy.
Why there are people are still so hungry when the rest of the world is losing weight?
Okay. How many years will some people go hungry while others starve in their lands? Okay, more.
How can we make people happier?
How can we find ways to be happy and loving without chasing money, greed, and power? More.
Okay, there.
Now you get the idea.
My name is Louis, and I want to ask how many degrees do we need to see to increase until we realize the world is too warm?
Okay. How many degrees will global warming progress before we know that it's irreversible? We've reached before. We're right now at the edge of the irreversibility of global warming. The effects that we are seeing now in the United States, in Hurricane Sandy, are a result of what was done 30 years ago. Wait for the next 30 years. If we do nothing more, you're going to see extraordinary global change with the melting at the ice cap. One other question, yes.
Why we need to...
No, louder and...
Why we need to fight over territories?
I didn't understand.
That means we need to fight in Delaware Island for more land.
I'm not understanding. Can you...
Why do we need to fight over territories and land?
Okay, very good. Why do we need to fight over territories and land? The answer, my friend with me, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Good job. So we need to ask those questions, and you need to ask them. You need to be educated so that you're going to ask those questions. You're going to need to be educated so you say, basically, why are we here? What does our reaching for our potential mean? Does it mean lots of money? Or does it mean lots of humanity? Does it mean great infrastructure and global warming beyond our capacity to stop it? Or does it mean moderation? What do we want in life? And if you start asking those questions and together discuss what you think the answers are, you will take the leadership and make sure that those who are older know that the torch has been passed and you're doing your work. How do we make sure that we do what these songs are telling? How do we make sure that the next generation knows that they want to protect freedom and justice? How do we make sure that the next generation is free to and eager to ask questions, and that nobody is frightened to do so because they'll be ridiculed? How do we educate the young people so that they grow up to be as you are, able to intelligently and in a heartfelt way live their lives in a beautiful, wonderful, caring way to lift us up from the problems that we face that you have articulated? None of those lines would have been written that way when Bobby Dylan wrote this song. We've got new problems, and we have to continue to use the spirit of those songs, but we need to upgrade them and bring them into our land. Listen to this song, and you'll see what my thesis is that I want to bring to you, okay? In the meantime, I need my computer. See, we all need our computer, but not for this song. But somebody please raise your hand if you're going to get it for me. I'm waiting for somebody to raise his or her hand, or nobody will do it. You know where the computer is. Will you bring it to me? Okay. I need it with the case. Thank you. Here we go. Raise my guitar and leave it there. Raise my guitar and leave it there. Raise it. Raise it. There you go, my brother. Don't change it, please. Man, you're doing a great job. May we have applause for our great sound system. Man, take a bow. Take a bow. Yay. Yes. I'm a little boy with glasses, the one they call a geek. A little girl who never smiles, 'cause I've got braces on my teeth. And I know how it feels to cry myself to sleep. Yes, I am the kid on every playground. I'm the one that's chosen last. I'm a single teenage mother trying to overcome my past. You don't have to be my friend, but is it too much to ask? Don't laugh at me, don't call me names, don't get your pleasure from my pain. In God's eyes, we're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh at me. Very nice. Young strings, please join me. Let's sing the chorus again. Don't laugh at me. Don't call me names. Don't get your pleasure from my pain. In God's eyes, we're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh at me. See, peace is made between human beings, not just countries. I'm the beggar on the corner. You've passed me on the street, and I wouldn't be out here begging if I had enough to eat. And don't think I don't notice that our eyes never meet. Don't laugh at me. Don't call me names. Don't get, stop. Miles, you sit down over there and stop talking to her. I'm going to do this song again. I want you to hear it. It's for you. Come on. You bet you will. All right, here we go. Look at me. I'm singing to you. Alone. Just alone. I'm a little boy with glasses, the one they call a geek. A little girl who never smiles, 'cause I got braces on my teeth. And I know how it feels to cry myself to sleep. Bring my guitar up and leave it there. I am the kid on every playground, the one they chosen last. I'm a single teenage mother trying to overcome my past. You don't have to be my friend, but is it too much to ask? Don't laugh at me. Don't call me names. Don't get your pleasure from my pain. In God's eyes, we're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh at me. I am the beggar on the corner. You passed me on the street. I wouldn't be out here begging if I had enough to eat. Don't clap. Don't clap, just listen. I'm the beggar on the corner. You've passed me on the street. I would not be out here begging if I had enough to eat. And Miles, don't think I don't notice that our eyes never meet. Don't laugh at me. Don't call me names. Don't get your pleasure from my pain. In God's eyes, we're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh at me. I'm fat, I'm thin, I'm short, I'm tall, I'm deaf, I'm blind. Hey, aren't we all? Don't laugh at me. Do not call me names. I'm sitting outside here in the schoolyard and I'm crying. And you're laughing at me? I've been teased, bullied, disregarded, and disrespected every day on the school bus. I don't feel like I'm a human being anymore. I can't sleep. I'm afraid to go to school because once again I'm going to feel like I'm an outsider. Like nobody understands me. And because they don't understand me, they reject me. They don't treat me with care. They don't treat me with respect. I'm not going to go back to school. I am going to join 160,000 children in the United States every day that refuse to go to school because to go to school means they feel this small. 160,000 children would rather do that than snap and try and retaliate and hurt those who are tormenting me. I've heard about the pyramid of hate. I've heard that it starts with saying, you can't sit here with us. We're not going to look at you. You don't exist. You're the wrong color. You're the wrong religion. You look funny. You're stupid. You're gay. You're lesbian. Don't come near us. And it builds to bias, hatred, war, and genocide. It's called the Pyramid of Hate by the Anti-Defamation League. And I don't understand why this is going on. Well, I'll tell you. I'm talking to that little boy. You're right. And I knew you were right when I was your age, because I experienced that same thing of knowing that I was outsider. And when I went to Cornell, Cornell was a very good school. I studied physics, I studied psychology. And I stayed there, but you know something? I was desperately unhappy. Why? Because it was all about how much money you have or what fraternity you're in. And there were 4 men to 1 co-ed, that means the women students. And the women students were treated like chattel. They were not respected. This was long before the women's movement had come in force to the United States. And if you were a person of color, nobody would look at you unless you were running down the field with a football. And I felt I was crazy. What's the matter with me? I was lonely, so I tried to join a fraternity. But the fraternities walked in the room, they took one look at my walls covered with paintings and my guitar, and they said, "Oh, we must be in the wrong room," and left. So I went to the psychologist, and I said to the psychologist, "Am I crazy? I went to a high school where everybody was involved with music and art, and everybody loved each other, and the social life and the academic life and the creative life were all integrated, and here it's terrible, and I'm unhappy, very unhappy." And he said to me, name was Dr. John Summerskill, and he later became the president of San Francisco University. He said, "Peter, you're right. They are wrong, but the world has to catch up with your high school of music and art, one of the famed schools. And you will be a champion of that change." And guess what? That's what happened. And that's what I did with Paul and Mary. All these years, this is exactly what we've been doing. All the movements we've been a part of about respect or their absence. The women's movement is about respect for women. Where? 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 Give her the microphone. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Give her the microphone. Run, run, run. The women's movement is about respect. Where? In what context? Where? All right, somebody who knows an answer. Why is the women's movement about respect? Take the microphone from her. She's not thinking. She's too excited. She loves me too much. Take the microphone away from her. No, don't give it to another one. Okay, you've got an answer. Good.
Is it Roe versus Wade?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Would you raise that microphone, please?
Roe versus Wade?
No, I want to know in what context.
On context.
Where in society are we fighting for women's rights? No, I don't want that.
The right to vote first?
The right to vote was first. Where now?
Now.
Where now do we want rights for women that they don't have? Give it to somebody else, please. Another woman. What rights do we want for women that you don't have yet?
Free to get married and not ridiculed for being single.
What?
Free to get married and not ridiculed for being single, at least in Hong Kong, I think.
Right. Free to can you say that more clearly?
Okay. Not being ridiculed to be single. I mean,
not to be ridiculed for being single.
For single women in
Free
Hong Kong.
to be respected. Give me your answer, please. Right over there, quickly.
The girls to be educated in Pakistan against the terror of the Taliban.
Applause, please. Okay, the women's movement. What about the right of women to be paid the same amount as men for a same job? What about the right of women to take a leadership role in government and have an equal representation in government? That's the women's movement. What about the civil rights movement? Why was that about respect? What form of disrespect was the civil rights movement about? Raise your hands. Yes. No, I can't do you anymore. I can't believe this. Come on, guys. What was the civil rights movement? How is that about disrespect? Yes?
Equality among races.
The equality among races. Thank you. Okay. What about apartheid? We marched for apartheid. Why was that about respect? Come on. Because apartheid segmented the black society and the white society in South Africa? What about the climate movement? I'm talking about each movement is about respect or its absence. Why is the climate movement about respect? How is it about respect? Thank you. Quickly.
Respect the environment to respect our next generations.
That's right, to respect the environment and respect. So all of these movements and the next generation. Not to respect the next generation means selfishness. Selfishness is the handmaiden, the brother and the sister of disrespect. So, it starts where? It starts with the kids in school. Give them the opportunity to grow up to respect each other. We won't have to march. Here we go. I'll give you the words. Watch my lips. I'm singing alone now, and I want you to sing with me, even if you don't know the words. If you look at my lips, you'll be able to do it. That's what Peter, Paul, and Mary did when we forgot the lyrics. We just looked at each other's lips. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. Don't call me names. Don't call me names. Don't get your pleasure. Don't get your pleasure from my pain. From my pain. In God's eyes. In God's eyes. We're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh. Don't laugh at me. Okay, Miles, I want you to hear this now. Bring the guitar up to its proper position. I'm black, I'm white, and I am brown. I'm Jewish, I'm Christian, I'm Muslim, I'm Buddhist, I'm Hindu, I'm agnostic, and I, believe it or not, am an atheist. I was born in Sarajevo. I was born in Kosovo. I was born in Northern Ireland. I was born in Myanmar. I'm Hutu. I'm Tutsi. I'm gay. I'm lesbian. I am American. Indian. I'm very, very young. I'm getting very old. Born in Iraq, in Afghanistan. I was born in the Sudan. Born in Mexico, Canada. I was born in the United States of America. I'm Israeli, I'm Palestinian. I'm very, very wealthy. I'm very poor. Don't laugh at me, please respect me. We'll sing it just us, and then with the young strings. Don't laugh at me, don't call me names, don't call me names. Don't get your pleasure from my pain, in God's eyes, in God's eyes. We're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh at me. Now you do the solo. Once again, don't laugh at me. Don't call me names. Don't get your pleasure from my pain. In God's eyes, we're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh at me. A little applause. Don't laugh at me. Don't call me names. Don't get your pleasure from my pain. In God's eyes, we're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me. Miles, come up here. And where's that other young man? Here you are. Come on up. You. Who else answered a question?
Do you have a tape?
Come here. Okay, Miles, what are you looking at?
I don't see anything.
Good. That was the right answer. Miles, who else answered a question? I want you to come up here. Anybody who made a contribution?
Come on.
Come up. There you go.
And that lady?
These are my leaders.
Come on.
These are my leaders. Miles.
Come on.
Come on up.
Come on, don't be shy.
What about you with your camera? You come up here.
Oh, yeah,
now.
that gentleman.
Just let it be
Yeah,
on
about
autopilot.
Malala,
Come on.
Pakistan
Come
situation.
on. Pakistan. Okay,
Yes.
good. You good.
Yeah, degrees
There we
of
are.
climate change.
Okay.
Yes, come on. Give that a round of applause. Come on.
Okay, now.
Yeah, we need all these.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question, Miles. When you heard that song, what did you feel inside? What emotion, what feelings did you have?
I felt like I was gonna cry.
Do you know how much courage it takes to open your heart and say how you feel? How many of you think that you could have come up here and said that? Raise your hands if you think you could have. Miles, you rock. Look at this. Can we have applause, please? It takes courage. That's what we need the kids to do, to open their hearts and speak the truth, empathize and listen, and do not laugh. In his class, he might have said that, and the kids would just... Do you know how that hurts? It hurts for a lifetime. What did you feel inside yourself when you were hearing that song?
I felt like I was home again. And you said something about crossing the ocean, and I also wanted to cry as well.
I can do this. Take that back. I'm very good at passing it.
Sure.
What's your name?
Louis.
Louis, hold me up. What did you feel?
When I heard the song, I feel that sometimes somebody get their pleasure from my pain, and I feel very bad. But at that time, I'm not courageous enough to stand up to say it. But now, I can.
This is what I want to feel in my life. This is why I sing. Music releases this in us. It lets us know we are together. That we can open our hearts. When you sing together, you take off your mask. That's what Peter, Paul, and Mary did. And that music made a lot of difference then, and I hope it will in the future. And what did you, the only woman up on this stage, two women. Yes, what's your name?
My name is Lucy, and the song seems to me like a poem. And it reminds me of a speech I listened to. A biochemist said that we human beings are 99.9% the same. Yet that only 0.01% makes this world a beautiful place. I think that's the reason why we need diversity. Yes, I think we're more the same than we're different.
I like that answer very much, but I want to know another answer to another question. When you get older, you think in terms of concepts. What I want to answer is what you felt in your heart when you heard the song. What did you feel? What emotion?
I wanted to sing along, and
what
it was.
Did you feel?
I felt overwhelmed, and it was like a breeze. Yeah, balming breeze
What
to me.
emotion? You felt overwhelmed?
I was happy. Yeah,
Why
because
were you happy?
because it was like a poem, and the poem sometimes it moves you, and you want to dance with it, you want to sing along.
Yes. Beautiful. She felt happy, and a lot of people do. Why? She felt sad because the images were so sad, but she also felt happy that it was being revealed, that it wasn't a secret, that everybody, how many of you felt similar things to what these young people said? Stand up if that's what you felt. Sit down if you didn't feel what these kids are saying. Let's see if you could say, oh, some of you are too old to stand up. All right, sit down again, and I'm going to ask the people who are seated to listen to me. Pay attention, please. How many of you felt the things that these young people are saying on stage when you heard that song? If you are with them. Now let me remind you that by absenting yourself from this process, you are role modeling non-involvement. If you absolutely feel that you did not feel what they felt, sit down. If you did feel that they were, have the courtesy and the courage to stand up now. Thank you very much. Now tell me, what did you feel when you heard this?
Compassion.
Compassion.
Compassion, yes.
You see, this guy is an artist. That's why he feels compassion. Give me a hug.
Yeah! Well, Peter, I'd like to tell you, my wife is married. I'm poor.
Yes, I know you are.
Okay. My name is Bobo, and I feel relaxed, actually. I feel very relaxed after hearing your songs. Yeah, because I think we all find a very simple answer for many complicated problems in the world after listening to you.
I see. That's right. Why do you want to hear Puff the Magic Dragon? Because you love dragons? No. Because it is about empathy and caring and compassion between a little boy and a dragon. It could have been Puff the Magic Lizard, Puff the Magic Badger, but it's not. It's about a little boy and a dragon. And what's magic is that it evokes in us a sense of compassion and empathy. So let's sing with it. But let's remember what it's about and dedicate it to these wonderful young people who have expressed a philosophy which, if we follow, is going to lead us to a world of caring, peace, and harmony. Everybody sing now, Puff the Magic Dragon, live by the sea and frolic in the autumn mist in a land called Holly. Oh, Puff the Magic Dragon, live by the sea and frolic in the autumn mist in a land called Holly. Together they will travel. Together they will travel on a boat with billows sail. Jackie caps on lookout perch on the Puff's gigantic tail. Noble kings and princes would bow wherever they came. Pirate ships would lower their flags, but Puff roared out his name. Everybody now, Puff the Magic Dragon, by the sea, by the sea, in the autumn mist, and frolic in the autumn mist, in a land called Holly. Oh, Puff the Magic Dragon lives by the sea and frolics in the autumn mist in a land called Holly. Oh,
Puff the Magic Dragon lives by the sea.
Yes!
And frolics
Applause!
in the autumn mist in a land called harmony.
Wait, stop. I wrote this song with my friend, and you've just changed the lyric.
I forgot the lyrics.
Your intuitions were correct. In a land called Harmony.
Yeah. Yeah, once I hear it several times.
Now keep it that way. Puff the Magic
Dragon, live the... Okay.
Sing it again.
Okay. Puff the magic.
Live by the sea and crawling in the autumn mist in the land
called Hannah. Yes, now a dragon is forever, but not so little girls and boys. Painted wings and giants' rings make way for other toys. One great night it happened, Jackie Paper came no more, and Puff that mighty dragon, he ceased his fearless roar. His head was bent in sorrow, green scales fell like rain. Puff no longer went to play along the cherry lane. Without his lifelong friend, Puff could not be brave. So Puff that mighty dragon sadly slipped into his cave softly. The magic dragon lives by the sea. Let me hear you. And frolics in the autumn mist in a land called Yarrow. Present tense, he's still around. Puff the magic dragon. He grew up, had a little daughter, and she's living with Puff in Holland in the autumn mist in a land called Yarrow. Last time a little louder. Puff the magic dragon lives by the sea. Frolics and frolics in the autumn mist in a land called Halloween. Oh, the magic dragon lives by the sea and frolics in the autumn mist in a land called Halloween. Yay! Okay, I think that's the last song, but what I want you to do, first of all, I want you to stay on stage, and there's a microphone for you to ask questions or make observations. Any of you here would like to do that, you're invited to do that. Remember, asking questions is the road to exploration, learning, and discovery. Don't ask questions, we won't get farther. Do you have any questions? Are you all happy, and shall we go home? Raise your hand if you have a thought, you want to say anything, except for my friend who's talking about Pakistan, who has nothing but questions. What is your name, please?
My name is Bill.
No, Bill, let him raise the volume. He knows to do that.
Bill.
Raise the volume, please.
Bill. My name is Bill. B-I-L. Bill. Money Bill.
Okay, Bill. No, I wasn't telling you.
Okay,
I was telling the sound. Okay, go ahead.
Before respect, I just one question. Before respect,
please.
I just wonder how do your chord progressions come about?
How do what?
Your chord progressions.
Chord progressions. Oh, the chords that I play on the guitar. You know, I take the chords from the traditional songs, and I learned from them. Simple chords. These are not complicated songs. They're not meant to show you how brilliant I am. They're meant to allow us all to be together. That's what I want to hear. I don't sing to show you how good I am. I sing to live with you in community. So I choose the simple chords. If you want to learn those chords and get the feeling of it and grow up with that music as I have for yourself or for your children, go to www.operationrespect.org, because there are over 50 songs that you can download for free, and you can use them. And there's curricula that teaches kids to have the tools to express their feelings honestly, the way Miles did, to open their hearts to one another, to walk in each other's shoes and resolve conflict nonviolently, to value each other not for the money, no, but for what intrinsically is inside them. and to declare their schools ridicule-free zones. We're in 22,000 schools in the United States with this. We are in Hong Kong now. We've been here for 8 years in school. Can you give me my computer? Can you bend down and give me my computer? Thank you. We are also in, thank you. We are also, let go please. Thank you. We are also, now hold this please. Hold this. Thank you. We are also in Israel, in Arabic, and in Hebrew, of course. We are also in Ukraine, working with the Peace Corps there, young volunteers who get out of school and give their lives for 2 years to helping foster understanding and caring. And they go into the schools, and not only now do they teach math and science, but they teach OperationRespect.org, called Don't Laugh at Me. And also, something happens when we do it that's quite remarkable. Oh, we need to change the batteries. Look inside here. I need you to change the batteries. What we do is we translate this program into the language where we are, and we get the leadership of the program to be in the hands of the local folks. And we do that because each country must find its own way to use these tools. These tools are not, here you are, here you are, here you, please look at me, please look at me, please look at me. The power's on? Oh, okay, okay. Okay, here we go. May I have the computer, please? Okay.
Don't worry, it's fully charged. I checked.
Okay. Yes. Okay, Miles is holding it. I'm going to play something that is astonishing. I want you to hear Don't Laugh at Me in a way that you never expected to. There's a very famous singer in Israel by the name of David Broza. He's perhaps the most famous in Israel, and he's Jewish. And there is a great fighter for fairness between Israelis, Jewish Israelis, and people who are Palestinian. And they recorded this version. Okay, give me that please, Miles. Miles? Yes, give it to me.
Okay, here
Thank you. Now hold this. Hold it. The first voice you're going to hear is mine.
Where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. Smiles, 'cause I got braces on my teeth, and I know how it feels to cry myself to sleep.
In Arabic.
أنا الولد الوحيد حبي لأحد يريد أنا بنت دون صديق أضاعت كل
And don't think I don't know this.
أستيقظ كل
that our eyes never meet. Now I sing again.
Don't laugh at me, don't call me names, don't get your pleasure.
And the next voice you hear will be David Broza singing.
In God's eyes, we're all
I'm a beggar on the corner. You pass me on the street.
we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh at me.
Now listen to the next verse. This is Hebrew, David Broza.
כל יום בבית הספר אני סופג מכות, אני לא יוצאת להפסקה כי אין לי חברות, וכך עובר לו עוד יום של כאב ואכזבות.
Listen to this.
אל תפחדו ממני, לא תרדוני אנקום, לא תסעדו בי
I didn't do anything.
Yes, you did. Listen.
I'm fat.
I'm thin. I'm short.
I'm tall.
I'm deaf.
I'm blind. Hey, aren't we all?
Now listen to the children.
אל תדאגו לי, לא תרדוני אנקום, לא תסעדו בי תעשתי, עין אלוה, ונעשה, وسنحل يوما أجنحة لا تسخروا مني. Don't laugh at me.
And these kids grow up, thank you very much, Miles. These kids grow up with that in their schools, and they listen to it. Right now they're exchanging bombs, missiles. But with our children, they're growing up not to hate and not to fear. They're growing up to love and respect each other. Therefore, they're growing up to be peace builders, because they're given the information just by listening to this and singing it together that that's possible for Arabic, Muslim, Christian, Jews to love each other. That's what you hear in that. And now I want to tell you that although we've been doing this program here for many years, we don't have these 5 songs, 6 songs. We have them only in English. When we started here, we had never done this before. But now I want to see it in one of the 2 languages that are spoken here besides English, the same way. How many of you would like that? Okay, we're not going to do it. I'm going to give you one more chance to listen to my question and answer. How many of you would like to hear a version, bless you, Miles.
Sorry.
A version, don't be sorry. Be happy you got rid of some germs.
I've been happy.
Okay, shh, it's okay. How many of you would like to be able to know that the children of Hong Kong are hearing this song not only in English but in Mandarin as well? If you do, raise your hands or stand up if you really believe it.
Yes.
That's what I hope next time I come back you will hear. And then we will be doing here what we did in other countries. Okay, where's my wonderful friend with the microphone? Any more questions? I'm here to answer, or thoughts that you want to share.
This is more sharing
What
than
is
a
your name?
question.
I
I'm
want to ask the
Kylie.
sound man to raise your volume.
I'm Kylie. Hi,
Yes,
Mr.
Kylie.
Yarrow.
No, call me Peter. I'm
Hi,
Peter.
Peter.
Thank you,
I
sweetheart.
first joined the IAIE program like 7 years ago, and I first heard the song "Don't Laugh at Me," and it has been the most inspiring lesson I've ever had in my whole life. That I think young student in Hong Kong really need to be taught about love and caring and respect. You know that bullying in school can really done a huge harm to students, that they can affect their whole life. So I'm asking you, please, can you take this program to more schools in Hong Kong and let them know that don't laugh at their peers. It is really important. And can you please sign on my disc, please?
No,
I'm your
never.
huge fan.
I don't sign anything anymore. I'm too old to sign. Of course, I will sign everything. I'll sign a piece of paper. I'll sign your forehead. Almost anything. Thank you so much. Did she hear what she said? IAIE talks about reaching the potential of people, but it's not just the potential to be successful and make money. No. First and foremost, to be a loving human being and pursue what is important in life. Do you want to know how I know what is important to be in life? Do you know how I know that? Answer me. Do you know how I know what is important in life? Answer yes or no. I'll ask you again until I get you to answer. It's not rhetorical. Do you know how I found out what is important in life? Answer yes or no. No. Thank you. Of course you don't. I found out by working in a hospice. I am on the board of the first hospice in America. When I go to that hospice, Miles, the people who are there are not wearing their jewels. They're not talking about how much money they made in the stock market or how happy they are that they just bought a huge home. All they want is love, friendship, feel safe, and be honest with themselves. They don't want any artificiality around them. It's down to the wire. And when I realized that, I knew what was important. And I know that what has kept me happy in my life is being, every time I sing, I am being a person who is doing something that I love and that can make the world a better place. I know for me that my objective became to use my music to make the world a more loving place. If you can find a way to do that, guess what? You will be happier. Your romance will be more startling and brilliant. And if we want to educate our children to pursue that, incorporate IAIE and Don't Laugh at Me. What is the website of Don't Laugh at Me? www.operationrespect.org. One more question, then we're going to close with a song.
Any more in the house?
Or one more thought. You don't have to ask a question.
Okay, good. We got one. The last one here.
That's good.
I just wanted to let you know that I really appreciated the version that you sang with Maria Burmaka.
I'm sorry. Would you please raise the volume? Please raise
I just wanted to let you know that I really appreciated the version of the song that you sang with Maria Burmaka in Ukraine. It was a really, really
Oh, you
nice
heard that
version.
one?
Yes, I did. I have the album.
Oh, great. That's right. Maria Burmaka made an album with all these 6 songs in Ukrainian and English. You should hear it. When I played Where Have All the Flowers Gone for Pete Seeger, he was astonished. Because when he wrote that song, do you know, how many here know Where Have All the Flowers Gone?
Yeah.
Raise your hands if you know it. Okay, let's sing that as our last song. Where have all the flowers gone? crows have picked them, everyone. Oh, when will they ever learn? Oh, when will they ever learn? Where have all the young girls gone? Just to
Where have all the young girls gone? Long time passing. Where have all the young girls gone? Long time ago. Where have all the young girls
on to young men.
taken?
To young men,
Everyone. Oh, when will they ever learn? Oh, when will they ever learn?
Where have all the young men gone? Everybody. Where have all the young men gone? Long time.
Long time passing. Where have all the young men gone?
Long time ago. Where have all, let me hear you.
Where have all the young men gone?
Gone to soldiers, everyone.
Oh, when will they ever learn? Oh, when will they ever learn?
Where have all the soldiers gone?
Where have all the soldiers gone?
Long time passing.
Long time passing. Where have all the soldiers gone?
Long time ago.
Long time ago.
Where have all the soldiers gone?
Where have all the soldiers gone?
They've gone to graveyards, everyone.
Oh, when will they ever learn? Oh, when will they ever learn?
Very softly.
Where have all
The soldiers gone. Long time passing. Where have all the soldiers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the soldiers gone? They've died. They're in graveyards. Oh, when will they ever learn? Oh, my friends, when will we ever learn? Where have all the graveyards gone? Softly. Where have all the graveyards gone?
long time passing? Where have all the graveyards gone? Long time ago. Where have all the soldiers gone?
Gone to flowers every gone, everybody together.
Where have all the flowers gone? Long time passing. Where have all the flowers gone? Long time ago. Where have all the flowers gone? Young girls pick them every
Okay, big applause. Big. More. Take a bow. Take a bow. Bow. Bow.
Thank you.
Bow. Bow.
Thank you. 谢谢，多谢. Thank you, Peter, the young strings, and our young friends.
I'm going to ask my friend to introduce them by name. Can you keep this up, please? Keep this volume up. Keep this volume up, please. Bring it up. Thank you. Can you please introduce the members of your group of young strings? Let's bend down.
Sure. My name is Johnny here. And then, yeah, thank you.
Yes, Boris.
I'm Sunny.
Hello, I'm Iris.
Samson.
Kim.
Thank you.
Once again, G is proud to present Peter Yarrow in Hong Kong U, the masterclass, a truly authentic, organic music class about global harmony.
And Miles.
And
all of us together.
We will bring you more in the next
semester. Now remember,
semester.
I'm going to stay here.
Yeah.
And
my
I'm
eyes
going
are
to...
closed, but I see something in my imagination.
And Peter, we have a little token.
Okay.
May I invite all our students to present this?
Thank you
very
very
much.
much.
Hong Kong U Centenary Special Publication, China in Revolution, the road to 1911. Please come on. It's a heavy duty, but it's a very, very meaningful publication.
I'm very grateful.
Done by our colleagues.
What's important to me, you may think you're just one person, but it's important to me to meet everybody that wants to come and say hello. You don't have to get an autograph, but I'm over here. I'm not some idea of somebody flying around on an album cover. I'm flesh and bone, and I care to become a person who for one moment says hello to you. So if you have the time and you want to say hello, do not stand on line. I hate lines. Just crowd around and be lovely to each other. And we will meet each other and we will never forget it. And this will make my life rich and wonderful. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. And next time, Peter will have the Chinese version of Don't Laugh at Me. And once again, thanks to our partners, the U.S. Consulate, and also the IAIE. And do remember to check out www.operationrespect.org. And thank you for joining us today. And G will bring you more programs about fascinating arts and cultural experiences and more in the coming semester. Thank you. 谢谢，多谢。